Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sad Lawn Arena from Barrie. It's the Barrie Colts and the Sarnia Sting facing off for the second meeting this year. Sarnia taking the first one back at home, 4-1. Barrie Colts bring out some new-looking alternates for tonight's game. It's going to be interesting as the puck is dropped and we're underway in Barrie. Face-off taken Young. He'll send it ahead for backs that was given away in the middle of the ice. DiOrio takes it back. Evan Millette gets the pipes tonight for Sarnia. Sent it around the boards. Here's Aki. Aki looking up the left side, now through the middle. Here's Aki, sent ahead to Jelsma. Here come the Colts. Down the right side in on Millette. He made the save early. A good shot upstairs from Barrie. Here's a steal, Jelsma. Hall couldn't get it out. Jelsma to the net. Stopped by Evan Millette. Here's DiOrio for Hall again. Here go the Sting the other way. Carson Hall, the player of the game last game versus the Brampton Steelheads, as it's sent back into the Sarnia zone. Back to get it is Young. Young up the left side for Jordan Backs. And right back into the Barrie zone. That's knocked down and fed ahead to Jelsma. He has Baudouin. Here's Cole Baudouin. Moves in. Can't get a shot. Fed it out front. And Evan Millette had to be sharp again. Van Volson to Gahan. The Barrie Colts on the season 8-3. The Sarnia Sting at 6-3-1. Here comes Patterson. To the middle of the ice in over the Sarnia line. Going to the net. Winding for the shot. Now he'll center it, and it was blocked by the Sting in front. Young to Hurt. Here comes Van Volson. Challenger's in alone, and it rolled off his stick. Oh, what a chance. Van Volson has it. Looks behind the goal, centering it out front, and a swing and a miss yet again. Here's Challenger with it now. Halfway to the first. Challenger looks for a shooting lane. Now he'll find one. Scores! What a shot by Tyler Challenger. He looked for a seam and he got one, and he puts the Sting ahead here in the first, 1-0. 10:27 into period one. Look at this, just a smart play outside inside, and he's going to snipe it by the Barrie defense and up and over the shoulder through all that traffic of the netminder to give Sarnia the 1-0 lead. A big goal for the Sarnia Sting as it puts them ahead. In this tight playoff race they're in right now, they need 11 wins to make the playoffs. They're currently sitting at 6, with just 9 games remaining on the season after tonight. Here comes Smith. Moves in, going right to the net. He's stopped by Millette. Plays that down. The Sting grab control. Sent ahead Young for Jaworski. Here comes Jaworski for the Sting. Moves in, waits, shoots. Saved by Hillebrand. And he'll play that down. Have to be careful with it. Here's Brody. Brody up the left side, and Jaworski read the play, but now Moses took it away. Here's Moses with a backhand stop. Rebound, he scores! Left wide open, and the Colts tie it up. 1-1. Shamar Moses with goal number 2 on the season, and the Barrie Colts have evened it here in the first at 1 apiece. No chance for Evan Millette. This tips right off the top of his pad and in. And Barrie has tied this hockey game here tonight. Draw one back. And picked up by the Colts, it's Smith. He'll send it into the Sarnia zone. Right on goal. Kicked up by Millette. Taken back by the Sting now. Here's Romaine. He'll send that up on the wing for Jaworski. Gave it away to York, and right back in they come. York stopped by Millette. Big save by the Sarnia netminder to keep us tied. Another shot that got through. And on his knees, he made the stop and the rebound too. Here's Jaworski. Sting back to it again. Steps his way inside, weaves. Now moves in. Can't get the shot on goal though. To Bridge. From the middle of the ice, he'll bring it in over the Sarnia line. Winding, firing it just off the outside of the net. And behind, looking out front. Kicked out by Millette. Here's Easton Wallows. He has Beckham Edwards ahead. Under 2 to go, first period. Drop pass. Wallows can't get the shot. And it's Smith who picks that up for Barrie. Smith down the left side. Kopecky took it back. Here go the Sting. Kopecky with Edwards. Fed that over. It was too far. Penalty going to Sarnia. A trip on the play with 5 seconds remaining here in the first in a 1-1 game. So Beckham Edwards heads off, and the Barrie Colts to their first power play of the night in a 1-1 contest. Here's the draw, left side, one back, picked up, Hanser fires right on, and they score! There may have been contact, it doesn't matter. The Colts on the power play with dying seconds in the first, take a 2-1 lead. Bo Jelsma with his third of the season, And the Barrie Colts have their first lead tonight, 2-1. And the Sting were just 2.5 seconds from getting out of the period tied. Now they find themselves behind. Draw one back, fed ahead, Young to DiOrio, winds, can't get the shot, the buzzer goes. 2-1 Barrie through 20 minutes tonight. The Sting struck first, but Barrie with back-to-back takes the lead going into the second. Shots to goal in the game are 13-3 for the Colts. The faceoffs are 4-1 Barrie, hits 4-2. Power plays 1-for-1. Sarnia hasn't had one, 2-1 after one. Welcome into Barrie for period 2 here tonight. The Sting and the Barrie Colts in their second meeting of the year. Sarnia took the first one 4-1. That won't be the case here tonight. There's an easy save made by Hillebrand, and he plays it down instead of holding on, and the team was looking at him for a second there, like, what were you thinking? But it worked out because they get control and bring it up the left side. Here's Sarazotti going right to the goal. Oh, a good save made by Moet as he tried to roof that. Here goes Mitch Young for Sarnia. Back on the rush for the Sting. Young with backs. Young scores! Mitch Young put it to the net. It was stopped by Hillebrand, but it trickles through him. And the Sarnia Sting tie it after a close call for Sarnia that almost made it 3-1 Colts. Nice goal here for Young. Outside, inside, he'll move in and put it to the net, and it's going to slip right between the legs of Hillebrand. He makes most of the stop, but not all of it, and it crosses the line to tie the game. Face-off back to center in a 2-2 game for Barrie. Here's Young. For Jordan Backs moving in. He has DiOrio, winds, fires, good save. Rebound, tried to tuck that. It rolled in front of the net, and Hillebrand elects to cover on that for the Barrie Colts. Well, we hope you're enjoying and you're with us. It's the Colts and the Sarnia Sting in their second meeting of the year. Here's the draw. One back by the Sting, picked up by Young. Shoots, looking for his second of the night. He just missed the target. Picked up by Aki. Sarazotti. Sting couldn't keep it in. Here goes Jelsma. He'll send back into the Sarnia zone. Young back to collect the Sting to it first to give it away. Here's Baudouin. What a stop by Moet in tight. Gave it away. That was Young. Here's Aki in front. Moet has that too. Third chance bouncing around in the paint, and now Bax gets it out. Off the boards to himself, but it didn't work. Here comes Aki back in. He has Jelsma 2-on-1. Save made on Baudouin. Has it behind the goal, looking out front. Baudouin, one-timer. Shot wide. Here's Jelsma to the front. Centers. Baudouin kicked out. Rebounding has it loose. And he's stopped by Moet. Another chance. He whacks at the side of the goal. It's stopped. Van Wolfson. And finally the Sting get it out. It's Young as we hit the halfway mark. Tied at 2 from Barrie. Sent in by the Sting. Aki. Chasing it down was Challenger. Has a goal here tonight from Barrie. He scored the first of the game. Here's a penalty, and it's going to Sarnia again. As Van Wolfson touches up with 9:04 to go here, second period. Tied at 2 from Barrie. Jack Van Wolfson heads off. Colts back to the power play. They're 1-for-1 on the night. Here's the face-off right side of the Sting goal. One back by the Colts, picked up by Wiggle. Moves in, shoots! He's stopped by Moet, had all the time in the world. Now a chance by York. Moet has that, and he'll cover. Been all Barrie here in the second after the Sarnia tying goal. They've been back on their heels again, and the Colts pressing to get the lead back. Face-off coming. One back, Moet, 20 saves in the game here tonight on 22 shots. Moses to Wiggle. Moves in, fires, blocked, got it back, they score! And who other than Cole Baudouin? It's a power play goal, their second of the night. It's their second lead of the night. And sorry, it's going to be Yodion who gets it. 3-2, Barrie. Yeah, job well done. Just put it to the net. The Sting stuck in their end. They're puck watching, not blocking those lanes. And the puck pops right in the slot. No one there, but the Barrie Colts to put it in the net. 3-2 Barrie. So the Sting fall behind yet again. Draw one, here's Hanser. Fed ahead up on the wing for Moses, and they come. Here's Patterson. Gave it away. Manza taken down. Power play going to Sarnia. It'll be their first of the night. Down by a goal here in the second now. It'll be Moses heading off. And moments after the Colts grab the lead, Sarnia Sting a chance to tie it. Face off one back by Smith. Smith looking. He'll send that out. Sting back to get it. Hall. Here's Jack Van Wolfson in the corner. Fed up for Logan Howery. Here goes Howery for the Sarnia Sting. Howery looks for numbers, has it now, and he gave it away to Grizzla. Not sure where he was looking. Hall back to get it for the Sting. Up for Jaworski, he'll feed for Howery. Back ahead for Jaworski. Here come the Sting to the attack now. Pass for Howery. Fed it in front. What a save made there. It looked like a sure tap-in, and Brody clears. Van Volson to Jaworski. Sting inside again. It's picked up Howery. Once again, Howery shoots, save, and what a save on the rebound. Jaworski thought he had it. Grizzla clears. Sting, one last chance on the power play. Van Volson to Howery. Power play time running out. There's the shot. It's blocked. It goes to the corner. Sting 0 for 1, but man, did they have a glorious chance, and it was shut down by Hillebrand. Here's Lowe to the net. 2-on-1. Good cut by Van Volson. Bad line change by the Barrie Colts. And back to play it behind his net is Hillebrand. Sting after it. Jaworski taken down. No call. The netminder tripped him and got away with it. Here's Baudouin. Moves in with a shot. He's stopped by Millette in the rebound. Sent into the corner. Sting grab it back. It's hurt. Fed up on the wing to Edwards. 2.5 to go here in the second. 3-2 Colts. Here's Edwards. Fed it in front. No one was there. Gelsma to Baudouin. Up for Sarazotti. Here come the Colts again to the net. Scores! Sarazotti makes it 4-2. A breakdown late in the second, and we said this right at the end of the first. They can't afford to have this happen again. And what happens again? A turnover in the final minute of a period. And now the Barrie Colts up by 2. The gap closed just a little bit more. So 45.8 seconds remaining here in the second. 4-2 Barrie in front. Head ahead, here comes Gelsma. Moving in, 20 seconds to go here, second period. Sting get into the rush, but Baudouin. Here's Aitchison firing it wet wide. And it'll end the second from Barrie tonight. The Colts 4, the Sting 2, after 2 from Barrie. Shots a goal in the game are 25-8 for the Colts. It's 4-2 after 2. The hits are 5-2 Barrie. Faceoffs 9-4 Colts, 2 for 2 on the power play. Sting 0 for 1. Sarnia, the best third period team in the league. Let's see how they do here tonight. Welcome into period 3 here tonight from Sablon Arena in Barrie. It's the Colts and the Sarnia Sting in their second meeting. Barrie Colts with a 4-2 lead coming into the third tonight. Here's Alessandro Diorio, just started the third. He'll shoot. Walkered away by Hillebrand. Backs in the corner with it. Here's Aki. Taking that back for Barrie. Aki, the middle of the ice, one of the most lethal power plays in the league, has done it again. They're 2 for 2 tonight. Baudouin looking to the front. Sarazotti shot that wide. Diorio picks it up but tries to get it out. Can't. Sting tried to get a handle on it. Hall couldn't. Here's Stewart down the slot. He's stopped by Millette. Sarazotti a backhand. That stopped. Third chance doesn't go. Millette's shutting the door. Here goes Jordan Bax. He'll step in. He'll shoot. He scores! After some big stops by Millette, the Sting come the other way, and Jordan Bax finds the top left corner of the net to put him back in it. It's 4-3. Nice goal here for the Sarnia Sting. A nice transition after some big saves made by Millette. And this one just snapped up and over the blocker side of the netminder, and it's a 1-goal game here in the third. The best third period team in the league does it again with a goal here to make things interesting. Here's the draw. One back controlled by Stewart. Stewart fed that ahead to find Sarazotti, and here they come back in trying to restore it. Gelsma taken back by the Sting. Hurt to Gahan. Here's Gahan. Off to Challenger. Moves in. He'll shoot. That's knocked out by Hillebrand. Hurt picks it up. Huey Hurt to the net. Gloved by Hillebrand in a face-off in the Barrie zone. 13:35 to go third period. 4-3 Barrie from Barrie. Face-off to the left side of the Barrie net. Face-off's 10-5 in the game, make it 11-5 as they take this one. Sting doing a good job pressuring, but cannot keep it in. Stewart. Gahan. On the attack, here's Gelsma. In his own end, Aki now up on the wing for Sarazotti. Here comes Sarazotti in over the Sarnia line. Shoots it to the net. Stopped by Millette. Sting. Back after it now. Gelsma keeps it in. Trouble for Sarnia. Gelsma stopped. Rebound, popped free. That's knocked to the point. Aitchison, that's kicked out. Sarazotti to Hanser. Here's Aitchison. Jelsma shooting it right on. Stopped again by Millette. Sting can't get it out. In behind the net. Finally, Millette gets control, and it's banked off the boards, but not cleared. Another shot in front. Sting need to get it out. Save made by Millette. Here's Aitchison. Hands are blocked. Aitchison with it. That's blocked. Sting look ahead. It's Challenger. Couldn't get it out. Jelsma to the net. Sticked away by Reese. Still has it. Here's Hanser. Poked out by Van Wolfson. And finally, a change for Sarnia. Patterson. Sarazotti taken away by Jaworski. Sting gave that away. Picked up by York. Moses. 5.5 to go in the third. Patterson is stopped, and it slides just wide of the post. Here's Howery to Matthew Manza. Manza with Howery. Looking to the net. That was cut. Got it back. Howery stopped. Rebound and tight. Jaworski. It doesn't go. Moses. Other way. Here come the Barrie Colts. It's Moses. Poked into the corner by Romaine. Did a good job reading the play. It's sent and around behind. 3 to go here in the third period. 4-3 Barrie in front. Here goes Logan Howery. Looking for reinforcements. He'll drop back. Has it now. Jaworski. He's stopped by Hillebrand. Has it again. Fed it across. And that missed Howery. Patterson with it again now. Sting trying to get it right back in the zone, but they have to get control first. Patterson gave it away to Manza, but got it right back to Aitchison. Patterson. Time running out for Sarnia here tonight. 25 seconds. Here's Moses. Looking to the point. It's Stewart. Aki couldn't get the shot. Sting finally grabbed control again. It's Manza. 16 seconds left. Manza looking ahead. It's DiOrio. It rolled to the net. Bax scores! Jordan Bax cleans it up in front. It's his second of the third, and the Sting tie it with just 10 seconds left. 4-4. The best third period team in the league has done it again. Hard work right in the blue paint. The Barrie Colts are about to get away with this win, and Hillebrand gets a piece of this, but not enough as it glances off his glove and goes to the top of the net to tie this game at 4 late here in the third period. So the Sting tie it up late. Just 11 seconds left on the game clock. 4-4. Draw one picked up by the Colts. We saw what happened, fireworks in Sudbury a few games back. Here they come, trying to do it again. Wiggle, one-timer blocked, and we'll go to overtime tonight from Barrie. 4-4 between the Sting and the Barrie Colts in their second meeting of the year. So the Sting get 2 in the third, both courtesy of Jordan Bax, and we need extra time tonight from Barrie. Shot to goal in the game, 34-16 for the Colts. It's 4-4 after 3. The hits are 8-4 for the Colts. 12-5 the face-offs for Barrie. 2 for 2 on the power play. Sting 0 for 1. We go to overtime. 4-4. Welcome into overtime here tonight for Barrie. The Colts and the Sarnia Sting looking to battle out the extra point here this afternoon. Face-off 1. Colts grab control. Aki, they have numbers. Sting need to get back. Jelsma to win it. Taken away by the Sting. DiOrio. Here's Bax. He has DiOrio with him. Bax to DiOrio. He couldn't feed it through. Other way comes Barrie. Jelsma. Here he comes inside. Young trying to catch him, and a good job done. Now DiOrio again. Alessandro DiOrio looking for Young. Doesn't have a lot of room. Sent it to Bax. It bounces off his stick and wide. In the corner, it's Young. Feeds that off to Bax. Fed across the boards for DiOrio. DiOrio looks in for Bax. Trying to get the one time. Now it's trouble. Breakaway. Aki to win it. And Bax stopped him, but it's a penalty shot. Oh, no. And the Barrie Colts with a chance to win it here in overtime on a penalty shot as Bax took him down on the breakaway. Can Evan Millette shut the door? Here come the Colts to win it. Aki from far right to left. Stopped by Millette. He says no in overtime on the penalty shot and will continue. Face off here, right side of the Sting goal. One back by the Colts. They control Stewart. Looking to the net. Fed it in front. Backhand block to get it back. What a save, Millette. It's loose. And another stop as he was down and out. Here's Challenger the other way for Sarnia. Bump 5, but now Hurt steps into the rush. He's in, shoots, fired that wide. 10 seconds left in overtime. Sent off the boards and back out. One last chance in overtime. Here comes Challenger, 2 seconds, moves in, shoots. That one was blocked and will go to a shootout from Barrie tonight. Wow. What a hockey game, and Millette saves the door, and saves the game in overtime. He shuts the door on two in tight, point-blank chances with the net wide open and him down and out, and no defense to be seen. After overtime, the stats are shots a goal 37-17 Barrie. The hits are 9-4 for the Colts. Face-offs 14-5. Power plays 2 for 2. The Sting 0 for 1. We go to the shootout tonight for Barrie, 4-4. Welcome into the shootout. The Sarnia Sting elect to shoot first on the road. And who other than Alessandro Diorio? He's perfect in the shootout this season, 3 for 3. Here comes Diorio in shootout number 4. Diorio, he's stopped by Hillebrand. Well, the perfection comes to an end from him as a chance for Barrie to pull in front. Here comes Cole Baudouin with the moves. He's stopped by Millette, kicking it out with the left leg. Scoreless through one round. Shooting next is Jordan Bax. He has 2 goals on the night. Here comes Bax. Moves in. Backhand. 5 holes shut down by Hillebrand. Huge save by the Barrie netminder. 0 for 2 so far. Here comes Jelsma for Barrie. Far right moves in. Forehand. Stopped by Millette against the right post. No score through 2 rounds. The shooter is Tyler Challenger. He got it started for the Sting. Can he end it? Here's Challenger moving in. And it rolled off his stick. And the Barrie Colts with a chance to win it. Here comes Sarazotti. Has a goal tonight. He's stopped by the right leg of Millette. We'll go extra rounds. A glorious chance for the Colts to win, but they couldn't. Here's Jack Van Volsen as we go extras. Van Volsen stopped by Hillebrand in tight. Another chance to win it for Barrie. It'll be Aki. Here comes Aki. Far right moving middle. Goes forehand. Shoots. Gloves. Stop Evan Millette. Let's go another. The shooter for Sarnia is Carson Hall. He's been great. Last game he shined. Here he comes. And he's blockered away by Hillebrand. Another chance to win for Barrie. It's their 3rd chance in a row to end it. It's Riley Patterson with hands. Stopped by Millette. Another round. Houston Hurt for the Sarnia Sting. Here goes Hurt. Far right moving in middle. Goes forehand, backhand, scores! Houston Hurt. What a perfect finish on the backhand in round 6. And the Sarnia Sting grab the shootout lead. A save ends it. Round 6 for the Barrie Colts. And here we go. The shooter is Yodion. He has a goal tonight. Far right, moving in, backhand, forehand. Stopped by Evan Millette. And the Sarnia Sting find a way. A 2-goal third period, including a goal in the final 10 seconds. In overtime, their goaltender sealed it. And then in the shootout, the Barrie Colts couldn't get anything past Millette. 6 for 6 in saves. The Sarnia Sting even gave the Barrie Colts multiple chances to win it here in the shootout and in overtime, and they could not because of the net binding of Evan Millette. And then Huey Hurt in round 6 with a perfect backhand move seals it for the Sarnia Sting. Win number 7 on the season. They're now 7-3-1 on the year. The Barrie Colts are now 8-3-1, their first extra time loss of the season. Coming up now, the Toronto Marlies taking on the Cleveland Monsters in Cleveland, the final stream of the day. We hope you're ready for that. It's going to be entertaining.